A young boy named Ryan Miller never believed in curses until the night that destroyed his family forever. At Jude Mount Hospital, Ryan's father, Michael Miller, had worked for 35 years as chief mortuary technician. He feared nothing, not blood, not bodies, not death itself. But one stormy night, everything changed. An emergency case arrived at exactly 2:30 a.m. A young woman named Olivia Hayes, pale skin, a dark ligature mark around her neck, and her eyes wide open, staring at nothing. As Michael began the standard procedure, he noticed a thin gold chain around her neck, strange symbols carved on its surface, ancient, uneven, almost scratched in panic. Thunder cracked, the lights suddenly went out, and total darkness swallowed the room. Then a breath brushed against his ear, and a cold, clear whisper said, "Don't touch the chain." The lights snapped back on, and everything looked normal again, except for the chain. For 35 years, nothing had ever scared him, and maybe that confidence turned into greed, because ignoring the warning, Michael removed the chain and slipped it into his pocket, and that was the moment everything changed. The next night at home, he woke up choking, clawing at his throat like invisible hands were tightening around it, swearing Olivia was standing over him. After that, he saw her everywhere, in mirrors, in reflections, in the dark corners of rooms. But something was always wrong. Her head tilted too far, her smile stretched too wide, her feet slightly twisted backward. For a few minutes at a time, he would return to normal, calm, silent. Then it would start again. This continued for 3 days. On the fourth night, exhausted and shaking, Michael confessed everything to Ryan and delivered worse news. He had sold the chain. He also revealed that when he removed it from Olivia's neck, he had noticed something underneath, a deep burn mark, like the chain had been heated and pressed into her skin repeatedly. The symbols weren't decoration, they were containment markings. That next night, Ryan's father vanished with no note, no forced entry, no explanation, until Ryan found him back in the hospital morgue, lying on the same steel table, dead, cold, lifeless. And around his neck was the gold chain, the one he had sold. Police ruled it a suicide triggered by guilt and psychological breakdown, but Ryan knows what he saw. The burn mark around his father's neck, perfectly shaped, like the chain had been pressed there. The next morning, Ryan spoke with Olivia's mother, whose face went pale at the mention of the chain. She told him Olivia had been involved with a small underground ritual group, nothing supernatural at first, just symbolism, psychology, belief. But she had begun suffering violent episodes, blackouts, personality shifts, and self-harm attempts she didn't remember. A spiritual practitioner had given her the chain not as jewelry, but as a restraint. The engraved symbols were meant to psychologically bind intrusive impulses, an extreme ritual therapy fused with belief. It worked until the night she died. When Michael's father removed the chain, he didn't release a demon. He removed the one thing Olivia believed was keeping the darkness inside her under control. And maybe belief is stronger than we think. Some objects carry belief, some beliefs become fear, and fear can kill. Have you ever found something valuable in an abandoned place? Would you keep it or leave it behind? Comment below and subscribe to Midnight Lamp for more dark and disturbing tales.